Welcome back to our 2025 recap here at Movies You Miss podcast. Thank you all so much for joining us again while we wrap up this recap that ended up taking 2 episodes, which has never happened before on this podcast, but it's just because we watched over 200 movies together.
Yeah, and I hope a lot of people did enjoy my last list. My next list that we'll get into is certainly shorter, but I had a lot of fun talking about my absolutely should miss and could miss movies. It was a lot of fun, and same with V. I know we're going to be getting into your could miss list, so I'm very curious what's going to be on that one.
Well, I've heard nothing but good things from people about you, especially your should miss list. They're always my favorite list of the year.
Yes, apparently it is a highlight for a lot of people, which really warms my cinematic heart.
It is quite entertaining hearing you rage against the movie, that's for sure.
Yeah, rage against cinema, here we go.
So the nice thing is it's going to be a little bit more of an uplifting episode this time around because we're talking about movies that we actually liked in this episode, which will be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get into the movies you could miss list, at least mine. That's where we're going to jump off from. And then we're going to wrap up with not only both of our can't miss lists of the year, but also all of our awards.
That's right, the awards.
And I've already gotten a good list going of 2026 movies I need to start watching. I never want to start them until after our recap episode, so I'm a little bit behind you because I know you dive right in.
I do.
There are several that I'm really excited about coming up or that are already in theaters that I want to catch up on. So 2026 I'm already really excited about, which is always nice.
Yeah, 2026 has been a rough but not terrible start for me. Last week I did see 2 new ones, and I know we're not doing our movies seen for the recaps, but in our next episode, we will be doing our movie scene, and I will have a lot to drop on people.
Fabulous. Well, I hope I have a couple from 2026 as well.
I hope so. There's a lot out there right now, and we're only in the middle of February.
And there is one that your wife and I are planning on going to, and we begrudgingly are going to allow you to tag along.
Well, you know, the thing is, maybe I'll just see it before that happens, and you two can have a lovely lady night. And I'll go see something again, or maybe I'll see that one again because I liked it. Who knows? We'll see. I'm excited for what is to come with that movie.
Me too. Well, we've discussed it, she and I, and we've decided you can't sit with us.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. It's all good. It'll be a week or 2 after the movie came out. So sure. Well, yes, I'll drive you for sure.
No, I'm excited about that discussion, especially.
Oh, hell yeah. And we might have to include Amy in that discussion for that next episode.
Could be fun.
I think it will be. She hasn't been on the episode since she did Down with Love. It's been 2.5 years now. It's been a while. She's due back here at Movies You Miss podcast. There you go. That's right. Yes. Yeah. Down with Love, and mine was Return to Me, right?
It was. I love that movie so much.
Good times. Good episode.
It was, and it reminds me that you and I have some pretty sturdy immune systems because we've never actually missed an episode other than me missing that one. Of course, now both of us need to knock on wood, but we've had a pretty good streak
I drink
going.
a lot, so I think I'll be able to be medicinally taken care of.
Yeah, you kill all those germs. It's great. Well, welcome everyone back to Movies You Miss podcast, a very special episode. You know that we only do this, now twice a year. Before we were only ever doing it once a year, but last year we had our very first ever mid-year review.
That's right.
We're planning on doing that again this year, right?
We'll talk about it.
Oh, okay. Well, stay tuned, everyone. See you in June if that actually pops up. But this is one of our very special episodes, the one that John and I really look forward to. So let's get started.
We should absolutely get started. There's 3 lists to get through today.
There are, and awards. And I think that there are going to be some very interesting discussions because either A, you have a whole lot more movies on your can't miss list than I ever conceived of, or B, you forgot a lot of movies you watched last year that I'm about to remind you of.
We'll have to see what happens then.
Okay, well then I'm just going to start off with one that I know you saw.
Okay.
And I think it's only fitting that it's a documentary.
All right. And what list is this of yours, V?
This is my could miss list of 2025.
Okay.
So
all right.
Not
could miss
terrible movies, but not the pinnacle of what I saw.
Right. All right, let's do this. V's could miss of 2025.
The first one is a documentary produced by Netflix about a very egotistical CEO. This is Titan.
Yeah, I did not forget about watching that one.
You put it on your can't miss list? Really?
I totally did. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thought it was good, not great, especially because I just hated that CEO because he was such an arrogant, well, using your term, prickbag.
Yeah.
Working in the tech industry, I've known tons of guys like Stockton.
Sure.
And it is an interesting documentary, just not one of the best I'd seen.
I gotcha. We'll talk about it when we get to my list a little bit more.
Okay, well, I do know that this is on your can't miss list, and that's fair. And this is a movie that you insisted that I watch right around last February, and I'm so glad that you made me because it is the start of the Jack Quaid Renaissance that is 2025, because this is the... Well, I guess it can be considered a comedy as well. This is a horror comedy. It's not a straight-up horror movie. This is Companion.
Interesting.
Of course it's on your can't miss list. I get it.
Yes. Well, yeah.
I really enjoyed it, and you know me, I love anyone who pretends to have a Russian accent in a movie. I had a really good time with it, but I will say there is another Jack Quaid movie that I liked even better that almost ended up on my can't miss list. It's so close. I just feel like I'd need to watch it a second time to really be solidified that it should be on the can't miss list, but it's really quite up there, and that is the movie Novocaine.
Yeah. Of course I remember watching Novocaine. I did actually watch it twice, once in theaters and once streaming at home.
I could be convinced to move it up to my can't miss list. It's that good. It was so entertaining. Jack Quaid was perfect. I was delightfly surprised by his performance and his ability to carry a movie. It was wonderful to see Amber Midthunder again, who was the lead in Prey.
Yeah.
Anyone who enjoys Home Alone plus Jason Statham's movie Crank would really enjoy Novocaine.
Totally. Jason Statham.
Yes. I love
our good buddy.
Yeah. And a movie that I was actually a little bit disappointed by, only because I had such high hopes for it. It had one of the best trailers of the year, actually. And I was really looking forward to it. You actually read the book first. I didn't.
Yes.
But we are both big fans of Robert Pattinson, and he starred in Mickey 17 last year.
Yeah, he did. Twice.
Twice, yes. He did play
actually,
two
maybe
people.
more than twice.
Oh, yeah.
17 times.
17 times. And, well, actually, isn't there an 18th, too?
Technically, yes.
Yeah.
And the book is actually called Mickey 7, so they really stretched it out quite a bit. Bong Joon-ho and his writer. No qualms, though. It's on a different list for me because... But we'll get into that in a minute for me.
I would argue Novocaine was... Oh, man, they're both super good, though.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of other factors for Mickey 17 as to why I put it on another list of mine, which apparently is actually the only other list because I've already done my other two. But we'll get into that when we get into mine.
Well, I'm looking forward to that conversation then.
I think we're going to have a good one.
And a movie that you are going to be very surprised that I put it on my list, only because when we talked about it and when I watched it, it was good. But my favorite part of the entire movie was basically the very last scene. And while it was entertaining, it's not my favorite horror movie of the year. It was good. It was great, though. So, again, I'm not going to be upset or even argue with you that you put it on your other list. And that is The Monkey.
Oh, man.
I know. I'm sorry.
We need to make like eggs and scramble. One of my favorite lines of that whole damn movie. But yes, it is on a different list for me.
I just love the scene with cheerleaders.
Hell yeah.
And it's another movie where somebody plays two characters. Theo James, he played twins.
Yes.
He was great as well. A lot of people last year did a really, really good job playing twins. I was very impressed.
They really did.
It was kind of the year of the twin, which is cool. It's good. It's very bloody, though, and it's pretty dark and messed up. But I actually liked another horror movie a little bit better, and that is Hard Eyes.
Ooh. Oh, and that's on your could.
It is on my could.
Interesting.
I don't think I put any... Well, I guess one of these could be considered a horror movie, but other than that, I don't really have any horror movies on my can't miss list of the year.
Fascinating.
Yeah,
I remember you really liked Hard Eyes. I'm surprised to hear this one, truthfully.
Well,
more so than the other ones. I thought Hard Eyes was going to be your favorite movie of 2025.
Well, I think that it is because I have now evolved into a horror fan, and we're still working on me loving them enough to put them in a can't miss list. Maybe
Isn't that interesting how that happens?
Maybe next year.
This happened to me about 12 years ago. And now I'm just like, horror.
I know. But I did love all of the pop culture references in Hard Eyes. I'm so excited for the second one coming out. There's a wonderful Hobbs and Shaw reference in there that's really funny, especially because Jordana Brewster's in this movie, and so is Devon Sawa, and there's a lot of really great actors, and I love the scene of the drive-in theater. There's so many
Oh, that was awesome.
There are so many great aspects to the movie. Mason Gooding was wonderful, and I like that he's now just like going for it in horror. I'm excited for Scream 7 that's coming out next week. So
that's right. Yeah.
There's all sorts of things about Hard Eyes that made me love it. So it's definitely a movie I will go back to, that I will probably own at some point. I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
Definitely recommend it for anybody willing to watch. It's a horror comedy. It's not that scary.
Oh, totally.
It's just
no,
bloody.
It is not meant to be taken seriously. It is gruesome. And I'm really glad that we can get into this with my list because it's on a different list for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the fact that the Red Band trailer did show you a lot, but it didn't show you everything.
It really
and that
didn't.
was my favorite part about experiencing Hard Eyes.
Yeah, it was delightful that you didn't see the whole movie in the trailer, especially the Red Band trailer. Okay, moving on from horror movies, we're getting into something a little more serious, based on a true story, actually. A movie that I think I suggested you watch. I think I watched it first, but I definitely recommended it to a lot of people because it was that good. The score is incredible. It was composed by a man named Paul Leonard Morgan. Did a great job. The technical achievement of this movie, it deserves an award. Deserves several awards for the technical achievement. And that is the based on true story starring Cliff Curtis, Woody Harrelson, and a couple other great people. It is called Last Breath.
Oh, yeah. That's on your could. Interesting.
When you get to the end of the movie, I know this is so crazy to say since it's such an insane story, but at the end I was like, okay, that's it? It was a very straightforward story for me. It felt like it needed a little bit more in the second half in terms of dilemmas and issues and stuff. And granted, it's based on a true story, and it's nice that it wasn't completely embellished by Hollywood. Of course, I'm complaining that Hollywood didn't take enough liberties, which is ironic for me, I know. But yes, I felt like it was almost too straightforward of a story for me. But otherwise, I did really enjoy it, and I definitely recommend it. Now, finally, we're getting to the first movie on this list of mine that John actually hasn't seen, and that's a movie that I saw on Hulu. I don't think it was ever released in theaters. It stars Sadie Sink, who starred in Stranger Things. It's called Odessa. I really enjoyed the musical aspect of it. She plays a guitar, and so there's a lot of songs in it that I really enjoyed, and I really loved the set design. It was very neon, very 80s feeling, but it's also post-apocalyptic. It was a cool combo. So overall, It was just very stylized and fun, but nothing that really impacted me so much that I would have to not stop talking about it, right? And
I gotcha.
But I did enjoy it. I think maybe you and Amy would enjoy it, though.
Maybe we will check that one out. I remember you talking about it, and I just never did get around to that one.
Okay, one more movie that I know you haven't seen, and then I gotta get back to the list of movies that I know you have.
All right.
We actually overlapped a lot more last year than I thought we did.
Yes.
And also, your can't miss list is going to be way bigger than I anticipated.
I think so.
I think you just really loved movies last year.
I really did.
A movie that is also based on a true story. Again, I saw it on Hulu as well, which is funny. It's called The Order. It stars Jude Law and Nicholas Hoult. It's based on a true story about a neo-Nazi white supremacist group in Northern California that committed a bunch of crimes, and the FBI actually was tracking them, and it's about that investigation and the uptick in white supremacist groups in the 80s and early 90s in the United States. And it was good. It was definitely really good performances. I just think the script was a little weak. It was based on a book called The Silent Brotherhood that I think will probably be better. And I'm really looking forward to reading it because I thought the script was the problem for me. It was, like I said, it was a little weak. And so instead of watching The Order, even though this is a movie podcast, I'm going to recommend people read the book The Silent Brotherhood.
All right. I definitely did not watch that movie.
That's okay. I know you watched the next couple. A sequel that stars Ben Affleck in one of my favorite roles of his, and John Bernthal.
Ah, yes.
I love the scene in the bar. The sibling relationship was really wonderful to watch as well. It's a solid sequel, and that's The Accountant 2.
Yeah, The Accountant 2.
But it's nothing we haven't seen before, which is why it's on my could-miss list.
I get you. I could be convinced to put it on could miss. I could.
Okay.
It is it's on my next list, but also because I think it just really surprised me. And we'll talk about it a little bit more when we get to my next list.
Okay. Well, I know you are definitely going to fight me on the next two, but for totally different reasons. First, it's really wonderful to see Josh Hartnett back in theaters and back in action, because he certainly was in action in this movie. This is last year's Bullet Train. It's called Fight or Flight.
Yeah, fight or flight.
It was really fun. I had a good time with it. It's very entertaining. It's very bloody. Solid action movie. Lots of laughs. It just got a little bit ridiculous in the last 20 minutes for me, which is why it's on my could miss list.
All right. But Bullet Train also did too.
Not as much.
They are different movies, though.
And, yeah.
They are different movies.
And reminder that Bullet Train had a wonderful sequence with Bad Bunny in it, which was great.
Did it? I don't remember.
That's okay. I do, because I rewatched that movie.
I do have to rewatch Bullet Train, though. It's been on my rewatch list for a very long time.
I've already seen that movie 4 times.
Wow.
That's a lot for me. And
yeah, it is.
You're going to fight me on this one. We already talked about it in your should miss list. I don't care. I loved it. I'm in love with Florence Pugh. Go watch Thunderbolts. Don't listen to John.
Terrible movie. The only reason I think I hated it was because of David Harbour. He sucks. He's annoying in this movie. I love him in Violent Night.
A Russian accent. You cannot argue with that. It's amazing.
Yeah,
I
you
love
can.
It. Anytime somebody does it in a movie, it's my trope, okay?
I don't know why that's your trope
I don't know.
at all.
It's a
He was so terrible in that movie. And I really didn't like the Pullman guy either. Bill Pullman's kid, I didn't like him. No, that movie blows. And I know that a lot of people will disagree because I've had large conversations with people about that movie. It just did not do anything for me. And the end was so dumb with Julie Louis-Dreyfus. So just, no. Fuck that movie.
Okay, audience, like we said last week, you will be the tiebreaker. Watch Thunderbolts and tell us who's right.
Yeah, I will take it for the team. I know I'm likely to be wrong, but that movie still sucks.
At least in the minority.
There we go. Yes, I will be in the minority that did not like that movie.
Yes. Getting back into documentaries, one that...
Yeah.
It was a wonderfully entertaining documentary for me because I worked in film. It was so technical and dove so far into the behind the scenes. I don't know if people who didn't work in the film industry would find it very tedious or not.
Okay.
It's Wick is Pain.
Oh, yeah, I did not see that one.
It's about the making of the first John Wick movie and then the subsequent John Wick movies. It's really fun, and I loved all the behind-the-scenes stuff about stunts, of course, but I'm not sure if everyone would really like it or find it just a little too detailed for them, so that's why it's on my could miss list.
That is one I still want to watch. I just have not gotten around to it.
You would love it. Absolutely, you would love it.
I'm sure I would, yeah.
And diehard fans of the John Wick universe would love it, too.
All right, well, I'll have to check it out.
A movie with Jonathan Groff and Dopinder, the taxi driver from the Deadpool movies. This is a very sweet LGBT rom-com called A Nice Indian Boy.
I vaguely remember you talking about this one.
It's a feel-good, heartfelt movie. I loved it so much. It's one of my favorite rom-coms of the year, if not my favorite.
Nice.
And it's perfect in how imperfect all the families and characters are, and how there is just wonderful, real family dynamics and relationship dynamics. I loved it so much. I watched it on Hulu. A Nice Indian Boy. Highly, highly recommend it.
But it's on your could miss list.
It is, just because I have to remember a movie without being reminded of it in order for it to be on my can't miss list, if that makes sense.
Kind of.
It needs to stay in my brain for a long time to be a can't miss movie.
Okay, gotcha. So I know you keep a list, and I do as well, after we watch movies and we put them on the list that we're planning to talk about in our wrap-up.
I'm sorry. I keep a list. I remind you throughout the entire goddamn year to be writing your movies down, and then at the end of December, you scramble terribly.
I do. I do both of those things. I keep a list and I scramble terribly. I'm a procrastinator savant. That is my deal when it comes to writing lists. But okay, interesting. So you Okay, cool. On your could miss list, A Nice Indian Boy with Jonathan Groff. And the guy that plays Dopinder from Deadpool. Sweet.
Wait,
I like
but
both
what
of
was
them.
your question about making a list?
Oh, well, you were saying like you have to be, if you have to be reminded by a movie, then it can't be a can't miss movie. So when you were going through your list for this episode, you were reminded of this movie. So it wasn't something that completely affected you. And
Exactly. That's exactly
gotcha.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, whereas movies on my can't miss list, they'll pop up in my head randomly in the middle of the week and I'll be like, oh God, that movie was so good.
Sure. All right. Yeah. Makes sense.
Another horror movie that you insisted I watch, even though I had watched the trailer and was very excited about it, but you gave me the push I needed in order to watch it.
Okay.
Didn't see it in theaters, unfortunately, because I wasn't in town. And but I did watch it on my big screen, and it was disturbing and scary in all the right ways.
Ooh.
Until Dawn is an awesome horror movie.
Yeah.
One of the best pure horror movies of the year for me.
Sure. I will agree with that.
I usually wait for hype to die down before I watch something. The Last of Us is a perfect example. I didn't start watching that show until right before the second season came out. And then I stopped watching it.
Seen an episode. Couldn't care less.
Same with Game of Thrones. It took me several years before I started to get into it, and a bunch of other shows like that. And so when K-pop demon hunters infiltrated our entire pop culture for the whole summer, I shrugged and went, yeah, I'll get to it at some point. And that's what I did. About 2 months ago, I finally got to it, and I watched it, and it's great. Highly recommend. It's very fun. Great soundtrack. I swear to God, every time I hear Golden, it's stuck in my head for about 3 days. And
yep.
It's actually not my favorite song in the movie, and it's unfortunate that's the one that got nominated for an Academy Award.
Mm-hmm.
Really like the final song better, and pop, like you said I would. My little soda pop. So yes, K-pop Demon Hunters lives up to the hype, which was surprising.
Oh yeah.
Definitely give it a watch on Netflix. Great animated movie. Wait, that is on your can't miss list?
You know what? I honestly, I can't remember what list I put that one on.
Okay.
Oh shit. I don't think I actually mentioned it on my could miss list.
Okay. So it is on your could miss list.
Yeah,
though.
it is on my could miss list. My wife, major fan of it, I think in the week that it came out, watched it 6 times.
Whoa.
She watched it like 2 or 3 times on her own, and then she did watch parties with friends of hers in LA and across the US. And then I sat down and watched it with her, I think for her 6th time. And ever since then, our nieces have been massive fans of it. And while Golden is a great song, I always kind of do the My Little Soda Pop situation. But Golden is a great song, and I really did not anticipate it ever being nominated for an Oscar. But congrats to all of them. One of the singers in the movie, she is also in Freaky Tales. So that's pretty cool.
And
she's also in Until Dawn.
Oh my God, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, she's the premonition one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So for someone who doesn't like movies, Amy watching it 6 times is a feat.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Oh my God.
was completely flabbergasted. I was like, you are how many times now? She's like, this is number 4. I'm going to watch it with Katie and Nolina, friends of ours, and our pseudo goddaughter watched it. And then I watched it with Amy and was like, all right, yeah, I like it. And my nieces, when we were in Cancun, kept singing Golden. I have like 9 videos of them just bouncing around the hotel room singing Golden. It's adorable. Very entertaining movie. Definitely on my could miss list.
Well,
so that's
now
adding to my 60 plus 1.
Yeah, that's true. And now you have some ammunition anytime she tries to give you a hard time for watching a movie more than once.
Seriously. Super serial.
So thank you, K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah, absolutely.
This was a movie that was in theaters for, I would say a week. I swear it wasn't in theaters very long at all. And it stars Kerry Washington and directed by Joe Carnahan, one of your favorites.
Yeah.
A movie that... It's a fun action movie, but it's nothing we haven't seen before, and it definitely felt like a streaming movie, even though Mark Strong's in it. I'm talking about Shadow Force.
I never saw it. It never lasted long in my city, and I don't even know if it's on streaming right now.
It's on Stars.
Okay, I don't have Stars. Well, Outlander is not currently playing, so my wife does not have Stars.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's nothing special. It was fun.
All right.
That's about it, yeah. It was really awesome to see Method Man in it, though. He was good. Oh my God.
Oh,
and
nice.
Divine Joy Randolph's in it too.
Oh, very cool.
And she was amazing in it, because of course she was. So
Yes,
there were
is
some shining moments to Shadow Force. That's true.
sweet.
Okay, a movie I know you saw, and I'm going to be very shocked if you put this on your can't miss list.
Okay.
We're going to have a conversation, actually, if you did put it on your can't miss list, because I don't think it deserves it. We love this director so much. We've discussed him several times on this podcast because we love him. He was the very first famous person to retweet us, and so I jumped up and down in the middle of a Trader Joe's when it happened.
Oh, yeah.
Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah. Do I? What list?
See? This is a perfect example of why I tell you throughout the year to maintain your list.
No, you're right. It is on my could miss list as well.
Okay.
It is.
It
Yes.
is. Whew.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are major problems for me personally with the script. I really thought everybody did a good job. Jacob Elordi floored me with his performance. I was so impressed, and I'm actually very happy that he was nominated for an Oscar for it, because I do think the performance is well deserving of a nomination.
He was really fucking good.
He was so good. The second half of the movie with him in it is the half of the movie that I loved. The first half of the movie was slow. There was script issues. There were performance issues. There was character issues. There were all these problems that made it so when my mother and I stopped it, because it was getting really late after the first half of the movie was done, both of us looked at each other and went, what is going on? Are we even going to finish this film? We're both really glad we did, because the second half is superior in every way to the first half.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
But it just felt like it needed some polishing in order to be really good. And it's unfortunate, because a lot of people, including us, were really excited for the film.
Absolutely. I didn't forget that I watched it, but I did not put it on my could miss list. It's a could miss. Costumes are incredible. Soundtrack's amazing. Cinematography is wonderful. I liked a lot of the first half. I did not like the Christoph Waltz character at all. I thought that was a completely pointless character. But I loved when Frankenstein is discussing the reanimation of human tissue in that scene where he throws the apple to that half body.
Yes.
So badass. And Jacob Elordi and everything leading up to the end of the movie was great. And I remember when we were doing the movie scene, you were like, why is Dr. Frankenstein in this boat telling this captain about his life story? And it's true. Like, what? Why?
The captain just met you.
Yeah, that's never happened in any other Frankenstein retelling at all. But Del Toro likes to take liberties and do his own thing. No big deal. No qualms. But I really did like Oscar Isaac and Jacob Elordi. Mia Goth was awesome. And it's a could miss, because I only saw it once, and I don't know if I would ever truly watch it again.
Same. Totally
Kind of
agree.
like Pinocchio a few years ago.
Oh, yeah.
But that movie also just fucking sucked.
It did. Even though
Nothing
Christoph
against
Waltz
Guillermo
was in
del
that
Toro.
too. Yeah, nothing against Guillermo.
Was he? Was he Geppetto?
No, he was the bad guy with the crazy hair.
Okay, I don't even
He's a jerk.
remember.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
But but that means that Young Frankenstein still reigns supreme as the best Frankenstein movie ever made.
Totally. Absolutely does. Yeah, even the Kenneth Branagh Frankenstein with Helena Bonham Carter from the 90s and Robert De Niro is not
Isn't that the
great.
movie where they had an affair?
Yeah, yes it is.
And he broke Emma Thompson's heart?
Yep, it is.
And Young Frankenstein is one of those movies that I wish we did repeat episodes, because talking about that film again would just be wonderful.
Yeah,
it's so good.
It'd be so much fun.
Okay. So getting back into my list and into a much more serious topic, unfortunately, a documentary that you suggested I watch, or at least you helped me with my decision to watch it, because I was very nervous of whether or not I should watch this film, because I thought I would be very upset at the end of it. And
oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Actually insisted that you spoil it for me just to make sure I could watch it, and thankfully you did. Actually, another movie I watched with my mother, it's a documentary on Netflix called The Perfect Neighbor. Oh god, this could be on a can't miss list, actually.
Well, it's not on my could miss list, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'd put it on can't miss too. It's so good, and I love how it was produced using only body cam footage. So good. Okay, moving it to pulling audible, moving it to my can't miss list.
Nice.
But this one definitely is on my could miss list, even though I had a really good time with it, and I think it's the best one of the three. I am talking about the Knives Out series, which you hate, and this movie, because they are so popular, this third one that came out last year stars so many people. Daniel Craig, Josh O'Connor, Glenn Close, Josh Brolin, Mila Kunis makes an appearance. Jeremy Renner's in it. Oh yeah, Kerry Washington, Andrew Scott. There's a lot of people in this movie.
What the hell?
Yeah.
How do people want to work with this guy? I just don't get it.
Jeffrey Wright is in the movie.
Oh, come on. Are they each getting like $5 million each, and that's why the budget is so bloated? I just don't get it. Maybe I should watch the first one again. I really just hated the first Knives Out, and I didn't even bother with the sequel. I
really think you should just watch this one. I think it's the best in the series.
Oh, okay. And it's not connected at all.
No,
it's
they're
just
all
standalone,
different... like Agatha Christie stories. Hercule
I was going to say, is this like the Death on the Nile
yes.
and Haunting in Venice? Okay, cool.
It's the American version.
Well, got it. All right, well, next time you come over, maybe you'll just have to force me to watch it, because I'm not going to do it on my own, truthfully.
Okay, fair, but there are so many other movies I'd rather force you to watch than that one.
Great, then I guess I'll never see this movie. Works for me.
Okay.
No, maybe I will. I don't know. I just can't. Yeah, well, let's move on.
Yes. And then another MCU movie, I could be convinced it should go on a should-miss list, but Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal did a really good job acting. Their performances were great.
What?
The Fantastic Four.
Yeah, no, I know the movie you're talking about.
Okay.
Yes. It's like, you got to be kidding me. That trailer was enough to make me never want to see it. Cool. Hey.
That really pissed me off is the characters made a couple of really stupid decisions in the movie in order to progress the plot, not because they should have or not because anything about their previous actions or their intellect would warrant this decision, which being so out of character really pissed me off. But the thing that upset me the most is that there was a CGI baby throughout the whole film.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was worse than Twilight.
Yeah, I haven't seen those, but I know you've mentioned that before.
Yeah.
And while you're talking about Fantastic Four, I have to add another one to my probably should miss list, and that was the James Gunn Superman.
Oh, it is on my could miss list. It's just about to announce it, actually.
Okay. It's teetering on could and should miss. I enjoyed the movie, but I just don't care about Superman at all.
Yeah.
You know, I still had a good time. Okay, it's a could miss for me. It's not a should miss. I had fun with it. I actually talked about it recently with a coworker of mine, and it reignited a lot of memories of actually seeing it. I had a lot more fun with the James Gunn Superman than I thought I would, so I would give that one a could miss. Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm glad to hear that. For me, it was the opposite. I was really excited about it.
I know, you hated it.
Well, I was so excited about it, especially with the trailer, and then I watched it, I was like, this is so dumb. And the thing that, not even that it was dumb, let me rephrase. The thing that upset me is that there was just so much going on. And WB has this problem. They try to shove everything in their superhero movies instead of setting them up properly like Marvel did. And so there's just so much going on with a bunch of other groups in it and Lex Luthor, but also there's a war going on and there's an alternate dimension. Oh my gosh, it was just so busy. You couldn't care about all of it. And so you cared about a lot less of it. Yeah. And that was my biggest issue.
Sure. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so it's on my could miss list as well.
All right.
Another Jack Quaid movie, which was delightful. He actually plays someone with a mental illness, and he does a really, really good job with it. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is also in it. It's called Neighborhood Watch.
Oh, I don't even know if I've heard of this one.
I randomly saw a trailer for it, but I only ever saw it on streaming, so that's where I watched it, and I was very impressed by it. It's a drama that's also a bit of action, but it portrays mental illness really well, and it's a good story. They both played off each other amazingly, too. I really, really liked it. Neighborhood Watch is definitely worth the watch.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, highly recommend it. Another wonderful Jack Quaid movie.
Great.
A movie I know you saw because your wife saw it.
Okay.
This is based on a book series that I now have a hold on at the library, so I can't wait for it to come. And it's just the type of movie that is just uplifting because it's so bright and cheerful in a lot of ways, and it's just so easy to digest. It certainly takes you out of any stress you're having, even though it's about a murder. And it's just a wonderful cast. Ben Kingsley, Pierce Brosnan, Helen Mirren, Tom Ellis is in the movie. It's wonderful. I love it so much, and I definitely recommend it to someone who just needs a pick-me-up. It's called Thursday Murder Club.
Right. I did not put that on my lists at all. So yeah, that's a could miss for me too. I think for the exact same reasons.
Fabulous.
It was a great time, but it's not super memorable. Pierce Brosnan was fucking hilarious though, I will say.
Oh, he was so amazing.
Talking about it now, yeah, he was great. And Tom Ellis, I worked on 3 seasons of Lucifer for Netflix. I actually did the pilot for Lucifer before it even got picked up. And Tom Ellis is a badass human being. And he's a lot of fun to watch. And yeah, that is a could miss, but it's not a should miss for sure.
Absolutely. And like I said, anytime you want to sit down and just feel better, put on Thursday Murder Club. It's produced by Netflix, and that's where it's streaming.
And Helen Mirren still is so hot.
Yeah. So is Pierce.
Ridiculous.
They both are.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he really is.
Yeah. And she's great. Oh my God, as the leader of the club, just so sassy.
Oh yeah,
love it.
And the white. Oh.
Yeah. So
Taylor Hackford's a lucky man.
Also, the location.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that location is actually used in Cloud Atlas, which we will be discussing in hopefully 2026.
Oh, okay. Nice. That sounds fun. A movie that is not as uplifting, but still very important to watch. It is Kate Winslet's directorial debut.
Oh yeah.
Toni Collette is also in it, and
nice.
There are a couple other actors you will recognize, including the actor who plays the rat in the Harry Potter series.
Timothy Spall.
Yes, thank you. I knew you'd know. So, Helen Mirren is also in the movie, but she looks very different than she did in the Thursday Murder Club because she plays the title character June in the movie Goodbye June. She is a mother of 4 children, adult children, and now she has grandkids, but she is dying of cancer. And this takes place over a month in December. Kate Winslet stars in it as well, and she did a great job directing. Anyone with siblings or aging parents has to watch this movie. It's so poignant. There are a lot of very necessary yet difficult conversations in it. I really liked this family drama a lot. It's currently streaming. Goodbye June. A very, very well done movie.
I almost watched it the other day, but I did not.
I cried. You definitely need to prepare yourself.
Okay, I should check it out.
Yeah,
I love me some Kate Winslet and Toni Collette.
Yes, me too. And I was excited to see what she did in the director's chair. I was very impressed.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And a movie I can't put on should miss just because I hated it doesn't mean it's a bad movie, I guess.
I guess.
It's nominated for a bunch of Oscars, but I really hated Marty Supreme.
Oh, yeah. I know. You really did not like that movie at all. I think, though, if you think about it, if you hated it that much, there must be something good about it.
Well, I hated it because it's completely one note. The guy is just an asshole that everything breaks his way through most of the movie, even though he burns every single goddamn bridge that he's built.
Yeah.
Just because there's one single little moment of clarity at one point doesn't mean that he does an amazing job acting. There wasn't depth to it. There wasn't range to it. And I really hate watching a movie where an asshole just gets what he wants. And that happened through a whole lot of this movie.
I get you.
Okay, so back to a movie that I did actually enjoy that is just so ridiculous I couldn't bring myself to put it on the can't miss list just because it's so campy. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. But it is a hell of a lot of fun. And people who enjoyed the original will certainly enjoy this.
Offshoot,
I know which one this is. Homage. I don't know how to describe it because it's certainly not a sequel.
Homage is good.
It stars Paul Rudd and Jack Black, who are amazing in the film.
That's not what I thought you were going to talk about at all, actually.
Ooh, now I want to know what you thought I was going to talk about. But let's talk about this one first. I'm talking about Anaconda.
Yeah. Yes. Now, once you mentioned the actors, I was like, that's not what I thought you were going for at all.
Anaconda is hilariously entertaining. I was so grateful that I watched it in an empty theater because I didn't see it until a couple weeks after it had been out. It made a ton of money, which I'm very happy about. But
yeah, it did.
I could laugh as loud as I wanted to at how ridiculous this movie was and hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't have to worry about it because I was the only one in the theater. It was a wonderful experience.
Perfect.
This is a rom-com. Well, It's a black, dark rom-com, but and it didn't get much attention. I didn't see much of a marketing budget for it. I randomly saw a trailer for it on Hulu, I think, a couple months ago, and it stars Dakota Johnson, and it's about two couples, and one of them's going through a divorce, and it's just really messy, and I really like how it kind of makes fun of itself in a really good way, because the conversations the characters have are just very, upscale yuppie city people having these conversations, and it's just so it's satirical in a lot of really good ways, and I laughed really hard during it. It's about 20 minutes too long, but otherwise I had a really good time, and it's called Splitsville.
I never did see Splitsville. I saw the trailer for it. I did not get around to it.
It's messed up enough and entertaining enough. I think you should watch it. I think you'd find it pretty funny.
All right, maybe I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, you'd have a good time with it. One of the only, if not the only, unfortunately, Western that I found last year. Another Pierce Brosnan film. It's called The Unholy Trinity.
I've almost watched that movie 8 or 9 different times, but I look at it and I'm like, it's a Western. Moving on.
Not that great. The only reason I watched it is because I couldn't really find a lot of Westerns last year.
Right.
And Pierce Brosnan was in it, so I wanted to give it a chance. David Arquette's in it, too. It's only okay. I think the only person I would recommend it to is my father, just because he's always looking for new Westerns to watch, and because it wasn't horrible. I'm like, yeah, give it a watch. It's okay. It's on streaming. Whatever. But otherwise, yeah, miss it. And the last movie on this list that isn't a documentary is a movie I just watched recently. It had been on my list for a long time, but I was waiting for it to finally appear streaming. It did recently on Hulu. It stars Dylan O'Brien, and this makes me even more excited to watch Send Help this weekend.
Oh,
because he was so good in it. Another film of someone playing twins.
Oh.
This is called Twinless.
I don't think I've even heard of this movie.
It's a dark comedy. He was so good in it. What you think it's about is this young man, Dylan O'Brien, his twin is killed in a car accident. And so he starts going to a twin loss bereavement group where they're only twins who've lost their twins, and it's a grief group together, right?
Sure.
And he meets this other young man, and they start talking about how it's weird that they've always been a we and now they're an I, right? And what that loss means to them in terms of just doing even daily activities. And with that, they bond over feeling alone, and they start doing things together. And that's what you think the movie's about. It was really, really good. There's some surprisingly funny parts to it. It's dark. It's great. It's a little bit messed up. I think you should give it a watch.
Okay, Twinless. I will certainly check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dylan O'Brien was great in Send Help. So I'm on board with some O'Brien for sure.
He was incredible playing two people in this movie.
Hell yeah.
Highly, highly recommend him. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Badass.
All right, so now we're getting towards the end of my list of could miss movies of the year. The rest of these are documentaries.
Whoa.
I told you not to try to beat me.
Well, I did, though.
No, you didn't.
Oh, really?
The first documentary on this list is about the Prime Minister of New Zealand.
Oh, yeah. You told me about this one.
I
never did watch it.
Prime Minister. It's on HBO. Highly recommend it.
Right. Sweet.
A documentary I know you watched because I recommended it. And I think you watched it with your wife. It's on Netflix called Murder in Monaco.
I did watch it with my wife, and about 10 minutes in, Amy said, "Oh, yeah, I watched this." I was like, oh, okay.
That's awesome.
Cool.
It is such a hot mess. I love it so much. You think that it's just this story about how this billionaire was killed, maybe murdered, but who knows? And you're like, okay, there's going to be some drama. Maybe it'll be an open cold case. And then the last 20 minutes of the movie, you're like, what the hell? It's so shocking and amazing. And it's just such a hot mess. It's so entertaining. Murder in Monaco. Highly recommend it for any true crime fans. It's so good. It's on Netflix.
Definitely. Yep.
And a nice little nature documentary about a man who befriends an otter. It's very sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely recommend it. It's called Billy and Molly.
Billy and Molly. I remember you talking about that one too. I never did get around to that one either.
I saw this trailer, and I know the restaurant, even though I've never been, and I thought, well, this could be really fun to learn more about the background of this very famous restaurant chain now. It's called Nobu.
Oh.
It is have you heard of Nobu in LA or New York?
I have not.
Okay.
Nope.
It's like $300 each meal kind of restaurant.
Wow.
Like, it's very exclusive, very hard to get into. Tons of rich, famous people go to it, like Oprah. Robert De Niro's a partner. Like, it's big.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And it was interesting. And the chef, Nobu, who comes from Japan, I really liked him and his family and his background story. But then it got into how Nobu is this global brand, and there's all these locations, and now they're getting into hotels, and now they're partnering with Blackstone, the hedge fund investment firm that's buying up all the real estate in the United States, right? And it then got into, this is for uber rich people, and it felt very much for them only. And they interview a whole bunch of the frequent diners at the, like Cindy Crawford shows up and all these people. And so it's just and so, yeah, if you're a big fan of the restaurant, I guess watch this documentary, but it felt very tone deaf, first and foremost. Jiro Dreams of Sushi, which is another documentary that came out 10 years ago,
Great
is
doc.
So much better. Much better.
That one is really, really good. I liked that one a lot.
Yes. So if you're interested in a chef documentary, if you're interested in a Japanese chef documentary, Jiro Dreams of Sushi, which I think is still on Netflix, is definitely a much better one. So recommend that instead of Nobu. Yeah.
Sweet.
And then my friends Kim and David recommended this documentary, and it is wild. It's called Listers. It is specifically about two brothers who are total stoners getting into, just for fun, they think, initially, they're just on a lark, haha, no pun intended, getting into competitive bird watching. And
whoa,
it is fascinating because it is so intense, and these people take it so seriously. And, you know, these guys are living in like a Kia Sonata or something, like this is like beat rundown car, and going all around trying to spot all these different birds. And they get to wanting to spot 700 birds. And then the idea of fraud comes in, and there's a bunch of issues with that, and people pretending that they saw it just because they're so competitive. And it is so cool and random. And I love, anytime I can be shown some sort of niche hobby of humanity or niche area that I didn't even think of before of humanity, like that's what the essence of documentary is, right? I love that so much. And so yeah, Listers is so crazy cool. Totally surprised me. Definitely came out of nowhere. Highly recommend. Thank you, Kim and David.
That sounds like the big year with Jack Black, Owen Wilson, and Steve Martin about bird watching, where they go around the globe, or I think the U.S. maybe, and they try and find like the rare cockatoo or whatever you want to call them. But that movie is actually very entertaining. So the fact that there's a documentary about it, I definitely got to check that out.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to say it's now on YouTube.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. And a movie that is not as entertaining or as fun. This documentary is called Thoughts and Prayers. And
I know this one.
About the $3 billion a year gun safety industry for children, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yep.
It's the industry that sells bulletproof backpacks and door jams and things for schools. And it was a tough watch because I think tonally it was wrong. Because it really just talks about all these things you could buy versus the crux of an American problem.
Right.
There's another documentary about this topic that is much better that I'll talk about in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
The fact that even has to exist is just absolute horseshit.
Insane. And so I'll end on a lighter note. I wanted to save this for last. This Amazon-produced, actually Colin Hanks directed documentary called John Candy, I Like Me.
On your could miss? Shocking.
Yeah, it was close. It was wonderful and so sweet. And the juggernaut list of talent that was Second City. They just kept listing people, and I was like, holy shit. This was more impressive than Saturday Night Live in terms of the star power, right? Everybody in America talks about Saturday Night Live, but Second City wiped the floor with it in terms of star power and their ability to make comedy legends. I mean, we're talking Gilda Radner, Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara. They're just list after list after list of these amazing actors and comedians who are so wonderful and so talented. And it was just so nice seeing them all talk about John Candy. I didn't ever really know that much about him, so it was really nice to learn all of it.
Sure.
The interviews with his wife and his children were lovely as well. I'm glad they have this now, with all these people just saying so many wonderful things about him. Mel Brooks makes an appearance. Macaulay Culkin does too, and I couldn't believe I didn't know how many wonderful movies he made, especially with John Hughes.
Right. Yeah.
And I will say, watching it just in the last couple weeks, it was very difficult to watch the scenes with Catherine O'Hara.
For sure. I watched it before Catherine O'Hara passed. So yeah, it was a great documentary.
It is.
Yeah, I mean we'll get into that on my next list.
We will. And I think that is actually perfect timing to get into the can't miss list of the year.
All right, sounds good.
John, I know your can't miss list is a little bit larger than mine, so why don't you kick us off?
Yeah, let's jump into my list. One of the movies that I'm going to start off with, V, you had on your could miss, but you bumped up to can't miss because it's such an infuriating documentary. The Perfect Neighbor, definitely a fantastic way of telling this particular story, and it's so infuriating. It is absolutely a documentary of the times, and I feel like everybody really should check this movie out.
Totally agree.
Next one you have on your could miss because I can't remember exactly why you said. We've been discussing a lot of movies over these last couple of days. This one is the Titan Ocean Gate submersible disaster. I feel like this is a cannot miss because of the hubris and arrogance of this son of a bitch that tried to pull this shit off. And it's very fascinating, especially when you start learning about the fact that that submersible really was not built for the depth that it went to.
No, he used completely the wrong materials, thinking he was reinventing the wheel. And when you're talking about being below the ocean several miles, you can't leave it up to someone's wannabe ingenuity who refuses to get anything tested by licensing officials. But the reason why I decided to put it on my could miss list is purely because there were so many other documentaries I thought were more impactful and not better, because Titan was a well-produced movie.
Yeah, it was.
But I think they just impacted me more, which is why I put Titan. Because for Titan, I was like, this is really interesting to know. Yeah, the guy was a douchebag, and now I'm moving on. Versus some of the other ones I watched, which really hit me right in my soul, which is why I put it on could list.
I understand. And this is the first year at Movies You Miss podcast where I have a lot of documentaries on my cannot miss list.
I know.
And in these first two, now moving on to my third cannot miss documentary, I don't think you can watch it for free yet on any streaming service, but I did rent it for $20 on Amazon. This is the documentary called The Age of Disclosure.
Cash grab.
Not even at all. I disagree. I would have happily paid so much money to see this movie in theaters, but it's a great documentary on the fact that aliens do exist and that the government has been keeping it under wraps, which, if you're a smart person like V and myself, you know that that's literally been happening since Roswell and beforehand.
Which, if you're a person who's been watching The X-Files since they were 9 years old like me, you would have already known that and saved $20.
Well, there you go. I've never seen The X-Files, but I have watched Independence Day and Stargate and Mars Attacks, so I do know that aliens exist.
See? You didn't need to pay $20 to know it.
But I did, because I really liked the documentary, and there was a lot of really great insight, especially with certain government officials that have been keeping it under wraps over the last 40, 50 years. Definitely worth seeing if you are into something like that. And especially because Steven Spielberg is dropping Disclosure Day this year with Emily Blunt.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that movie.
So am I. I've seen the trailer twice, and I don't want to see it anymore. Next documentary that I watched was a music documentary. It is titled From the Flesh. This is a documentary about the band Cattle Decapitation that was recording their album Terracite, which I got into Cattle Decapitation last April when one of my good buddies came up to see me and we went and saw Meshuggah and Cannibal Corpse, and he told me to check this documentary out. It's 2 hours of them recording from beginning to end, the writing process and the whole idea of coming about for this album Terracite. My favorite album of theirs is Death Atlas, which I think seems to be a lot of everybody's favorite album from Cattle Decapitation so far. But Terracite is a monumental death metal record. If you are a death metal fan, check out From the Flesh. It is for free on YouTube.
Even as a metal fan, I understood about half of those words.
I haven't really introduced you to a lot of cattle decapitation, but next time you're in the car with me, we will listen to some of it.
Okay.
They are a badass band, and oh gosh, their lead singer is an absolute banshee.
I look forward to it.
Me too. Next documentary was on Netflix. It is called Cover Up. This is about a journalist named Seymour Hersh. He was one of the first to really dive into a lot of government cover-ups, especially during the Vietnam War, all the way through Watergate and even through today. Very, very poignant documentary. Absolutely worth watching if you are into stuff like that. They even touch on All the President's Men, like I said, Watergate.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very good documentary. The next documentary was a film called Ruby Red-Handed that my wife introduced me to, and this is a movie about the ruby red slippers from the Wizard of Oz being stolen out of the Wizard of Oz Museum in Missouri.
I like that you watched that documentary because I bet a lot of people didn't even know they'd been stolen.
I had no clue they had been stolen, and I'm not the biggest Wizard of Oz fan, although I did get the 4K for it. I do like the movie a lot, but I had no idea about this whole thing, and it's a very fascinating documentary because the collector that donated these ruby red slippers to this museum was interviewed a lot, and he had a real foot in the door through the entertainment industry over the last 50 years.
I agree. I think anyone who's a fan of The Wizard of Oz should probably watch it. Or Wicked.
Definitely. Or Wicked. Yeah, for sure. Next movie is another documentary that I watched. V, you told me to check this one out. You had talked about it on movies we have seen over, I think it was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. This was Murder in Monaco.
Yeah.
I had a blast. Amy sat with me about halfway through and then looked at me and goes, "Oh, I've watched this already." But she ended up staying throughout the end. And I got to tell you, the last 15 minutes of that documentary had my mind blown.
Right?
Yeah. Wild, wild flick. And like you said, very eccentric people. Some of the interviews were very hilarious, but
yes.
This was definitely
Are you
a
thinking
fucked
about
up
that blonde woman?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, she wouldn't say what her name was, and she gets up and leaves in the beginning of the interview. She's like, "Nope, not doing this." And then she comes back and is like, "I'll give you an hour." And yeah, she was hysterical. Super interesting documentary, and I didn't know anything about what had gone down subject-wise for this documentary when it happened.
Mm-hmm, me either.
Timothy Chalamet and Gwyneth Paltrow star in this next film.
No!
Yes, yes, yes. I loved Marty Supreme. I thought it was fantastic. This is the best Safdie movie I've seen. I hated Uncut Gems. I did not like Good Time, although I got to give Good Time another try because now I'm a big Robert Pattinson fan. I just did not like Uncut Gems, nor did I like Smashing Machine. But I love me some Timothy Chalamet, and I love Odessa Azion. I think she's fantastic. There was a couple of things in Marty Supreme I did not really think were super great, but I did like Timothy Chalamet's performance, and I think it's going to be between him and Michael B. Jordan this year at the Oscars.
I'm looking forward to the Oscars only because there are so many categories that are up in the air.
Oh, yeah. I think this is going to be a good Oscars this year, unlike that travesty of a fucking Oscars last year.
Agreed.
1975 was a year that cinema changed a lot of things and perspectives of people. This is a documentary I watched on Netflix called Breakdown 1975. This is a really, really cool documentary discussing cinema and how it changed people's perspectives and how cinema went from being a lot of love stories to being more human stories. They discuss Apocalypse Now and All the President's Men, actually, oddly enough. And it was really, really fascinating. And you can see how Hollywood had started to really change from the 60s to the 70s. And they interview a lot of really interesting people, including Martin Scorsese. Highly, highly recommend watching Breakdown 1975. John Candy is the subject of this film documentary, actually, that I watched, and V, you just put it on your could-miss list. I really enjoyed the documentary. I thought it was sweet. I cried. I love the interviews with Catherine O'Hara, like what you mentioned just a few minutes ago. And oddly enough, I had the opportunity to work with his son, Chris Candy, on a pilot that never ended up making it to air. Clark Duke was the director. Clark Duke, if you don't know him by name, was in Hot Tub Time Machine and Sex Drive and Hot Tub Time Machine 2. And the pilot that I worked with both of these gentlemen on, I had the opportunity to work with Kristen Bell. So that's not the reason why I Like Me so much, but it really brought back a lot of memories for me. And I was really surprised at how much more of John Candy's filmography that I actually knew.
I was surprised by how much I don't.
Well, yes, at the same, yeah, I would have to agree with you there, too. I rewatch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles all the time, every year for Thanksgiving, and then, of course, Home Alone. Uncle Buck is another one that I watch every now and then, but I don't think I've watched Stripes in years. There's so many other movies that I forgot that he was involved in, including Splash, which I think was one of the first times I was really introduced to him when I was a lot younger. But yeah, I like me. Definitely a can't miss if you're a John Candy fan, in my opinion.
The conversation in the documentary about that racquetball scene had me rolling.
Oh, yeah. It was so hilarious.
Yes. I really want to rewatch Splash. I haven't seen it in probably a decade or two. But
it's been about that for me as well.
Yeah, and when they mentioned that he had done 9 John Hughes movies, I was like, I think I've seen 2. So
right.
I definitely want to dive in at some point to more of his movies, especially in the 80s, because that was his golden era, I believe.
Certainly. The Astras gave this wonderful dog actor an award this year for 2025's horror film told through the perspective of a dog. This is Good Boy.
I really still want to watch that horror movie.
I think you really should. It's only an hour and 12 minutes, so it does kind of teeter on feature film and short film, but it's still good. I really enjoyed it, and I told my sister to watch it, and she said she got about 15 minutes in before she had to turn it off. I'm not going to blow it for everybody, but V, I did blow it for you. I think everybody should check out Good Boy. It is a really, really cool flick.
Only because you had to in order for me to even contemplate watching the film.
Yep, and I think a lot of people, same thing, all over Facebook and Instagram, like, does the dog die?
That's
everybody wanted to know.
There is a website dedicated specifically to that. It's called Does the Dog Die?
Good Boy was great. Yeah, no, totally, I understand. Good Boy was great. Highly recommend. Thumbs up on my end.
Yes, even though we're done with 2025, it's still certainly on my list.
Awesome. NASA is the center of this documentary. V, you told me to check this one out because I had no idea it existed, but I knew this woman's name ever since I was a child. Sally Ride, well, it's not the name of the documentary, but the documentary is called Sally, streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu. The documentary on one of the first female astronauts to go into space. Sally, this documentary was absolutely spectacular. I watched it twice in less than 3 days. I cried so hard the first time, I cried so hard the second time, and it is a magnificently monumental, fantastic documentary. Everybody should see Sally.
It's in my top 10 of the year.
There you go. Horror movies, blinking lights, drive-in cinemas. Hard Eyes is my next cannot miss of 2025.
Oh, that's awesome.
I loved it. I loved it so much. I never saw it a second time, but the first time I saw it was so much fun. And I literally, it's been one of those horror movies that I have thought about ever since first seeing it. And it came out so early in 2025 that it still has stuck with me. And I got to get a 4K copy of this movie.
Yeah, I took myself to that movie on Valentine's Day last year.
Perfect. And like you said just a few minutes ago, it's got great pop culture references, including the Hobbs and Shaw moment.
Mm-hmm.
Twins lead this movie, although these twins are played by the same actor. Naomi Akee also is in this movie, along with Robert Pattinson as 2 different people, actually 17 different people, including Mark Ruffalo and Toni Collette in Mark Ruffalo's greatest performance since Poor Things. This is Mickey 17 from Bong Joon-ho.
I did not talk about Toni Collette or Mark Ruffalo enough when I mentioned Mickey 17 in my good miss list. They were so good. I loved them together. They were completely over the top in all the right ways. There were just a couple pieces of that movie that weren't quite perfect, which is why I didn't put it on the can't miss list, but man, is it entertaining.
I love Italian food, and I love Italian grandmas, including Lorraine Bracco, who plays Karen in Goodfellas, and I'm a big Vince Vaughn fan. Nona's is on my can't miss of 2025.
I watched that trailer just a couple months ago, and I never got around to watching it. I was like, yeah, it's probably.
I thought you saw it.
No, it seemed like a nice feel-good movie, one that like we would recommend your parents, right? And that was it. And I forgot about it.
I'm like 95% sure that we talked about it because you did watch it. I think you did watch this movie, but you might have forgotten that you watched this movie.
I mean, if I watched it and I forgot,
Linda Cardellini
might be having a stroke.
But yeah, V, I'm pretty sure you did watch Nona's and say that you liked it, but you didn't love it. And I actually cried like 3 times watching this movie. I thought Vince Vaughn, in a movie like this, was so out of character for him, and it worked so well. And Linda Cardellini was great, as always. And Lorraine Bracco and the other older actor, Susan Sarandon's in this movie. You watched this movie.
Did I?
I know you did. Yes, I'm like 95% sure.
You might be thinking of another woman Who watched
that
it?
watched this movie?
Who you talked to about this? Yeah.
My wife?
I don't know.
I guess you are kind of my second wife at this point in life,
That's
but I
true.
don't know. Well, anyway, moving on. Nona's is great. Absolutely cannot miss, in my opinion. I thought it was wonderful.
Now we need to sit down and start watching it and see if anything comes back to me. And then
I am totally down for that.
we need to go get my head examined.
I think we do. Yeah.
Okay.
MRI time. Let's schedule an appointment.
Okay. Clearly, you need to drive me because I shouldn't be driving.
I will drive.
Okay, great.
You put this on your could miss list also, and I was kind of surprised because Woody Harrelson and Cliff Curtis were in it, and I thought it was magnificent. This is Last Breath. But I understand why you put it on there, because you had some issues, which I agree with, although I loved it. I thought it was great. And it's one of those, it's a tough thing, because when movies are based on true stories, especially when you might already know the outcome, sometimes it can leave a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth because there's not so much drama that's involved in it. I don't know. I cried my eyes out the last 20 minutes of this movie. I thought it was fantastic.
I wonder if I would have liked it better if it was a documentary, because then I wouldn't be expecting more drama.
Maybe. That's possible.
But yeah, it was good. Score's great.
Oh, the score was fantastic. Absolutely. Amber Midthunder drops back into our lives along with Jack Quaid in this flick. This is Novocaine.
I'd be willing to pull an audible and put that on my can't miss list too. It's so good.
I loved it so much. I've seen it 3 times, once in theaters, twice at home. It's such a blast. And Jack Quaid is a badass. I really can't wait to see what we're going to get from him in the future. He's so awesome.
He is completely entertaining, and he is good in multiple genres. He's believable as a psychopath. He's believable in serious work.
Oh, yeah.
And then he pulled this, Bruce Willis comedy action-esque leading role that I was so impressed with in Novocaine. And yeah, I mean, for a Nepo baby, he is certainly one of my faves.
Absolutely.
He definitely inherited charisma from his parents. He should thank them.
I completely agree he should. And that's Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan, right?
Yeah.
Le Comte di Monte Cristo. This is the new version and retelling of the Alexandre Dumas classic, The Count of Monte Cristo out of France. A 3-hour magnificent epic that goes exactly where it should have, unlike that piece of shit with Guy Pearce and Jim Caviezel. The Count of Monte Cristo, if you have read the novel, and I mean the 1,500-page novel like myself has and a couple of friends of mine, this is the version for you. Check out The Count of Monte Cristo.
I want to read the book first and then watch that film, but I also want to put The Count of Monte Cristo on a Movies You Hate episode.
Oh, I can't wait to destroy it. It's going to happen, because I will likely read Count of Monte Cristo again. Maybe that's a book you and I should read together. I'll read that book again. That book is literally one of my favorite novels of all time.
I know, and we should also reread Cloud Atlas together before you pick it.
Oh, hell yeah. We should do a double book club book reading and just go every couple weeks and change into the next book. That would be fun.
I think it'll take us longer than a couple weeks to read The Count of Monte Cristo if it is in fact 1,500 pages.
Took me 3 months.
Yeah,
took me 3 months. Only because my book club and I did the first 5. We did 500-page chunks.
Yeah.
So if we had
sense.
just read the book, I might have been done with it in about a month. But either way, moving on. Steve Zahn, Thandie Newton, Paul Rudd, and Jack Black star in this retelling, remake, revamp, whatever the hell you want to call it. I did not think I was going to laugh as much as I did in the Anaconda remake, revamp, reboot, whatever. I loved it, and I know you did too, but you put it on a different list. But I think it's a can't miss if you are a fan of any of these actors, including the original Anaconda, because there's some surprises.
It's just too ridiculous for me to put it on a can't miss list in good conscience, but I respect your bold decision there.
Well, the thing about this Anaconda is it's very reminiscent of my buddies and I in high school. We were very much about making movies and making short films together, and that's literally what we did after school and on the weekends. I have endless amounts of VHS tapes of my buddies and I trying to make movies and succeeding and completely failing. Mm-hmm. So this movie really spoke to me a lot, and I haven't really seen a movie like that in a long time where they go back to childhood and bring it back to adulthood, and I thought Anaconda did that very well. This one was a tough one for me to put on Can't Miss because while I really liked it and I took my sister to see it in theaters, we loved it, and then I watched it at home. Cinematography's incredible, acting's great. There's just a little bit that I don't fully get behind, although the villain in this movie is also the villain in 28 Years Later and in The Bone Temple. This is Ryan Coogler's Sinners.
Oh, Jack O'Connell is in that? I didn't know.
He is the main Irish vampire.
No, sorry. He's in 28 years later in
28
the
years.
Bone
Oh,
Temple.
okay.
I thought Ray Fiennes was the bad guy, given the trailers. I'm surprised it's this low on your list.
Well, the thing is, it's not really that low. I didn't really know where to put it because I still have my reservations about the movie, but it is still a really damn good movie, and it is definitely a can't miss. And while Michael B. Jordan is so awesome as both of the twins, Lee Jun-Lee is great in that movie, and I talked about her briefly when we discussed Front Cover because that was when I worked with her about over a decade ago now. And Jack O'Connell is the main Irish vampire in Sinners, and he's also Jimmy, the leader, in 28 Years Later and 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. Yeah, Sinners is a badass flick. I really enjoyed it a lot. This movie is something I did not anticipate loving as much as I did. Benicio del Toro is also in this movie. This movie is also directed by a director that I have done nothing but shoot down on this podcast. This is Wes Anderson's The Phoenician Scheme.
I'm very happy you liked it.
I am too. I loved it. The first 3 minutes sold me immediately, and it was just fantastic all the way up until the final frame. Amy loved it. It's not yet in our collection, but this is one of the few Wes Anderson movies that I am like absolutely 4K'ing. I need it. I loved it. It was great. This is a very intense moment in American history. There was a bombing in Oklahoma City by Timothy McVeigh. This is a documentary called The Oklahoma City Bombing, American Terror on Netflix.
There's a movie called McVeigh coming out next year, and I'm not sure if I want to watch it.
No way.
Just because that is such a heavy subject, and if they don't handle it right, it will be so disrespectful.
It'll be a travesty and a slap in the face to everybody involved in what, absolutely. Completely agree. I didn't know there was a McVeigh movie coming out. Who's playing him, do you know?
Alfie Allen is playing him. Theon Greyjoy from Game of Thrones.
Really?
Yeah, which I don't think he's skinny enough or has high enough cheekbones and just doesn't look like him at all. And again, I'm concerned because touching that subject and that event needs to be done quite delicately.
It absolutely does. I fully agree with that. I did not know that this documentary existed, and I was scrolling through documentaries on Netflix, and I remember very vividly when this went down.
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of like the 90s. It was like OJ, Oklahoma City bombing, Columbine, and then 9/11. Like, that was like, those were like the chapters of my life as a kid.
That's dark.
Growing up. Like, what's that?
I said that's dark.
Well, I mean, like the big, like, well, I remember the good stuff too, but I'm saying like the big shit. Like the horrible shit that went down.
Yeah.
Those were the 4 chapters, and they all happened like within a couple of years of each other.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh my gosh. And Columbine, I'll never forget, but I also will never forget the Oklahoma City bombing because he did what he did. And this documentary is really, I cried so hard. I really didn't anticipate it, but I was sitting here by myself, and there's a surgeon that is involved in it, and a couple of police officers and firefighters and mothers and employees that were in the building. It is
a daycare was bombed.
Yes, it is gut wrenching. But it is so important to watch, especially if you're younger than V and I, under 40, maybe even under 25, and have never heard of it. Definitely check this movie out.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City Bombing, American Terror on Netflix. Absolutely a must-watch.
I totally believe you. And I think you had every right to cry during that documentary. Who wouldn't?
Oh, yeah.
There is no way I'm watching it, though. I don't think I could bring myself to do it, so...
Fully understand, and you are completely rectified in that. Absolutely. I don't know how many people would really want to sit there and watch that, but
I'm glad it was good.
I have that morbid curiosity. It was great. It was very beautifully done, very respectfully done.
Good.
And they interviewed a lot of people, and it was intense. Highly recommend if you can handle something like that. Dan Trachtenberg came at us with 2 movies last year. One was an absolute joke and a sugar-coated piece of garbage.
Was it even sugar-coated, really?
Oh, it was sugar-coated. I left having to brush my teeth because of how much sugar I swallowed while watching Predator Badlands. Anyway, Michael Biehn stars as Vandy in this other Dan Trachtenberg animated feature, Predator, Killer of Killers.
The only Predator movie from 2025 that you should watch.
Absolutely. Yeah. Don't bother with Badlands. Predator, Killer of Killers. Absolutely badass.
Mm-hmm.
So killer. No pun intended. But my God, I loved it so much. I've watched it twice. If there's a 4K of it, similar to Prey, still got to get my Prey 4K, I will get a 4K of Predator, Killer of Killers. Michael Fassbender, Cate Blanchett, Steven Soderbergh.
Yes.
Black Bag. one of the best spy crime thrillers of 2025. Black Bag, check this movie out if you have not. So badass.
One of the best spy crime thrillers ever. It's so good.
I completely agree. Yeah, it's so damn good.
It's a little bit higher up on my list. We'll talk about it a little bit more in just a moment.
All right, sounds good. Bullet Train in the Sky. Josh Hartnett returns in a badass action caper, Fight or Flight. I put it on my can't miss list because I had so much damn fun with it. I loved it, and I love me some Josh Hartnett ever since Wicker Park. I don't even really think about Pearl Harbor or any of that garbage that he did early on in his career, but I loved Wicker Park so much. We did it on the podcast.
And The Faculty.
And Fight or Flight was... yes, and Faculty, indeed. And in Oppenheimer, which was his comeback with Christopher Nolan. He was so great in that movie, and Fight or Flight was just a complete blast and absolutely out of control. So if you like stuff like that and liked Bullet Train, check out Fight or Flight.
Yes.
These are not household names. Tim Key and Tom Basden, they wrote a movie that stars both of them, including the lovely Carey Mulligan. This is a wonderful hour and 40 minutes about a folk band that gets reunited on a small island in Ireland. This is the Ballad of Wallace Island.
A movie I told you about, and then I didn't watch myself.
I saw the trailer several times, and I just was like, I don't. It was on Amazon one night. I pushed play. I bawled my eyes out.
Aww.
I loved it. It is one of my favorite movies of 2025. It's not in my top 10, but it probably should be. I want to show my wife this movie because I think she would really enjoy it too. Carey Mulligan was great in this movie, and so were the other two guys. Watch The Ballad of Wallace Island. That's all I can say. It's magnificent. It's lovely.
Is it a good movie to recommend to parents and people who don't usually like the violent action horror movies that you and I like?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I would say this is on par of Train Dreams. It's a quiet movie.
Nice. Okay.
There's not a lot that happens in this movie. It's still very funny. It's very sweet. When it ended, I was like, that was so lovely. Like it was lovely. Like, and I don't say that about a lot of movies.
No, you
I don't think any movie. But this was a super lovely movie. Ballad of Wallace Island. Absolutely watch this movie.
That's great because I was thinking of my mom when I watched the trailer the first time, so I'm glad
your mom would love it.
Okay, great.
Yeah, your mom would love it. So, Susan, this is your chance.
Aw.
This next one you are not going to be happy with, but I still enjoyed the living hell out of it. I saw it on IMAX. Tom Cruise is back in Mission Impossible Final Reckoning.
No.
Yeah, it was
Rub
badass.
that salt in my wound by reminding me
Yep, just a little bit.
of the movie.
Just a little bit.
What about it makes it a can't miss film in your eyes? God.
Because it's a Mission Impossible movie and it's Tom Cruise, and there was so much awesome action in the movie. The underwater sequence in the submarine was so badass. And I saw it on IMAX, and it really just elevated the whole thing for me. I really liked it a lot. I actually liked it over Dead Reckoning, truthfully.
Okay. I don't want to.
I know.
I really don't want to talk about it anymore.
I know.
Moving on.
Death is coming for you, just like everybody else on this planet. Although, if you cheat death, death will find you. Final Destination Bloodlines is on my cannot miss list of 2025.
It's still streaming on HBO if you want to watch it.
Hell yeah. I went and saw it with my buddy Jose. We went to 4DX, and my goodness, where we squirted with so much fake blood. Well, water, really. But we were squirted a lot, and our chairs were shaking. Final Destination Bloodlines, an absolute blast at the movies. All right, V, I think it is time to jump into a couple of yours because we're coming to the end of my cannot miss list. I think we need to jump into yours for a little bit. What do you say?
Sounds good. I have 20 movies on my can't miss list of the year, so go through about half of them, and then you and I will go through our top 10 together, as we always do. And I'm going to start off with a remake that completely blew me away in terms of the quality of it. Live action remakes aren't supposed to be this good, and this one was. It's better than the original.
Yeah.
It is How to Train Your Dragon.
I remember telling you to go see this movie because I was over the moon with that remake live action, for sure.
And you were absolutely right.
Yeah, well, I think people might know where in my list it falls.
Apparently a top 10, unless you forgot about it. Yeah.
Nope. Oh, I definitely did not forget about it. Not at all. No way.
And now comes a string of documentaries, including one that I put on this list as an audible a little while ago, because you convinced me. You're absolutely right. The Perfect Neighbor should be a can't miss movie of the year. Highly recommend everybody watch it. It's on Netflix. Then a documentary that I saw a trailer randomly for it, and because I grew up taking American Sign Language in high school, as well as doing exchange programs with a deaf school down in the Bay Area, I was really excited to watch this film. It's called Deaf President Now, and it is the story of Gallaudet University, which is an all-deaf college in Washington, D.C. And in the late 80s, the board of the university selected a hearing president for the university, which enraged all the students, rightly so, because not only was this woman, all pun intended, completely tone deaf regarding the deaf experience, but also made some very callous remarks about deaf people in general. And also 2 deaf candidates were passed over, and she was picked instead.
Oh, wow.
And so it was a big scandal, and the students shut down the university, locked the gates, locked all of the fencing around it, and had this massive protest. And it's so inspiring to watch this movie. I got chills repeatedly throughout it, just how passionate they were about their identity, about being represented. It's such a powerful, wonderful documentary. Highly recommend it. It's called Deaf President Now.
Fascinating. I did not hear about that one at all. No pun intended.
It was really, really under the radar. I had only seen an ad for it once all year.
All right.
And then a documentary short, which totally counts. We do shorts. We just don't do miniseries on this show. A documentary short called Borrowed from the Earth. And it talks about the Blackfeet Nation's cultural connection to horses. And I really like it because the narrator is from the Blackfoot Nation. It really dives in very respectfully to their history. It only has a runtime of like 15 minutes, so it's really easy to watch. But it's so good and was so impactful and just so beautifully made that I put it on my can't miss list of the year.
Sweet.
Another documentary short. I knew going into watching this, no matter how good or bad it was a requirement to be on the can't miss list of the year because of its subject matter. This is the documentary short called The Untold Story of the Wilhelm Scream.
Oh, yeah. I remember when you watched this. I should have watched this one. I just didn't get a chance to.
It's free on YouTube. It's 17 minutes long. It's really good. Very fun to learn about the history of the Wilhelm Scream. It has great interviews with a bunch of sound design and sound effects legends. They talk about how often it was used and then how it seeded itself into pop culture where then everybody knew about it and it wasn't just an inside joke. And it's a lot of fun. So yeah, The Untold Story of the Wilhelm Scream is definitely on the can't miss list.
Awesome.
Predator Killer of Killers is also on my can't miss list, just like yours. Thank you so much for telling me to watch it and for making sure I knew that there were 2 completely different Predator movies last year, because I wasn't quite sure about which was which, or let alone if there were 2 of them. So Predator Killer of Killers, so much fun, so badass. Even for people who don't normally watch animated films, definitely watch this movie.
Absolutely.
And then a couple of much more serious documentaries. First and foremost, one that covers, similar to another documentary that I did pick, but it was on my could miss list. Instead of Thoughts and Prayers, this is called All the Empty Rooms. This is a documentary short on Netflix where a photographer and a journalist spend years documenting the rooms of children who have been killed in school shootings.
Oh, whoa.
And like so many rooms, they are exactly how these children left it on their last day of school. It's a very difficult, heartbreaking watch, but very important. So All the Empty Rooms on Netflix. If you can bring yourself to watch it, I highly recommend it.
I might have to check that one out.
And this next one is, while it's also very heavy, it is also very inspiring too. This is 2,000 Meters to Andriivka. And it is about the months-long campaign by the Ukrainian army to take back Andriivka, which is a town that the Russian occupying force conquered at the beginning of the war. It is mostly GoPro cameras that are affixed to guys' helmets or their chests, and they're all in the middle of this, and it is super intense and so real, and this is how war should be depicted when we make war movies, because it is horrific. And it's so good. These are real people, and it's just so important to watch. It was so important for me to highlight. So 2,000 Meters to Andriivka, definitely watch it.
I didn't even hear about it, but I might have to check that one out too.
Now on to a little bit lighter subject matter. A documentary that I just watched a couple weeks ago, one of my favorites of the year. It is about the 90s music festival featuring all-female acts, the Lilith Fair.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely loved it, and talking about it with my sisters, I found out that one of them, Amber, had gone to the Lilith Fair in the 90s. I thought that was so cool and very jealous.
That is awesome.
I wish I could have gone. The lineup is incredible.
I would have really liked to have gone. I remember when it was all going down. I did not watch the documentary, but I do want to.
It will make you want to listen to a Lilith Fair playlist immediately after watching the film.
Sweet.
All right, in the last documentary and the last film that I want to talk about before we bounce back and forth a little bit more on our can't miss list, Ocean with David Attenborough.
Oh, yeah. I remember when you watched that one.
There's a lot of highs and lows to this documentary, and that is par for the course with a lot of his nature documentaries lately, because it has to be, given the state of our nature. And so, an important topic, important information that he shares. I love him so, so much. He is a gem and just a wonderful human being. So yes, anytime you can watch a documentary or miniseries where David Attenborough is narrating, do so.
Absolutely.
All right, now we are in our top 9 or 10 of Can't Miss of the Year.
We are at the final stage here. V, do you want to kick it off? I have 8. I guess the last 2 I mentioned could have been my top 10, but I just kind of threw them in anyway. It sounds like you said you had about 10 left.
I do, so I'll just throw out a couple and then we'll go back and forth.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, I'm going to start off with a movie that was produced and directed by Mariska Hargitay. And this is about her mother, Jane Mansfield, who died when Mariska was very young. It's called My Mom Jane. It's on HBO. It's a complete bombshell. I thought I knew the story because I love Law & Order SVU and Mariska so much. So I was not prepared for everything I learned in this documentary. It's a beautiful portrait of a family. I cried a couple times. My Mom Jane is in the top 10 of the year.
Awesome.
The last nature documentary that I'm going to talk about, and the one that appears in my top 10 of the year, is called Pangolin.
This one sounds familiar.
I just watched it a couple weeks ago. It's on Netflix. It is about the most trafficked animal in the world. It is It is the only mammal with scales on it. The pangolin has been around for 85 million years and is only now in danger. It is gentle. It is sweet. It is such a restorer of your faith in humanity. Given the hard work that these people are doing, especially the main caretaker, please watch Pangolin on Netflix. It's definitely family friendly too.
Awesome. I will have to check that one out.
And number 8 for me is Sally, a documentary that you already talked about. And I love that this documentary matched the tone of Sally's personality.
Hell yeah. So awesome.
Sally is so good for anyone interested in, women breaking the glass ceiling, space, being an American, history. Like, there's so many reasons to watch this documentary.
Yeah.
It's so, so good. And I cried in that one too.
All right.
Okay, so what are some of the movies in your top 8? Now, or that we're down
top
to that.
8. Yeah. This one is a movie that I was super excited to see, and when I did see it, I absolutely loved it. Odessa Azion stars in it, as does Ji Young Yu, who we talked about not too long ago because this was on your could miss list, but this is on my can't miss list because I loved it so much. This is Until Dawn.
It's definitely up there. I respect that you put it on your top 10.
Hell yes, I did. Jim Cummings is a voice actor in this movie. Also, Jason Martzin and the director of this movie, Kevin Lima, were all in-house for this documentary. This is a Disney Plus produced documentary called Not Just a Goof, The Making of a Goofy Movie.
Completely understandable you put it in your top 10, given how much you love a Goofy movie.
Yes, a Goofy movie is one of the greatest. I absolutely love it, and this documentary was amazing. Years ago, when there was a live Twitter feed of, I think it was the 25th anniversary of a Goofy movie, Kevin Lima answered a couple of my tweets, which was amazing. So Goofy movie holds a very special place in my heart and has almost my entire life.
I can't wait for you to introduce me to it.
I know, me too. Mason Thames, Gerard Butler, and Nick Frost star in this live-action remake of the animated fantastic film How to Train Your Dragon. I was so blown away by the live-action remake, which is literally a almost carbon copy, same writer, same director, absolutely fantastic. How to Train Your Dragon. The CGI was off the charts.
Mm-hmm.
Such a great soundtrack. How to Train Your Dragon. If you're a fan of the animated version and have not seen the live-action version, get on the live-action version as soon as possible.
Also, if you've never seen the animated film, watch the live-action How to Train Your Dragon and introduce you to your kids.
Yes. Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson star in this reboot.
Oh my God, it's in your top 10.
Yep. Yes, it absolutely is. I saw it twice in a week. My dad and I went on opening weekend, and I went a few days later. This is The Naked Gun. Danny Houston is also in this movie.
Oh my God, I love him so much. But the only scene of that movie I've watched, and it's on YouTube, is when he's at the bar and the bartender's like, "You killed my brother," and then they have that back and forth.
Yes. So good. So many great moments in The Naked Gun.
Here,
I've watched it even at home too.
Okay.
Yeah, and she leaves with the chair. And Pamela Anderson was great. Everybody delivered in the movie. It's ridiculous, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. I laughed very, very, very hard.
Okay, but it hurt my feelings that they tricked us saying that Pam and Liam Neeson were dating during the press tour.
I thought that they were. Were they not?
It kind of came out that it was a gimmick to hype the movie. They weren't really together. It was a bummer.
Oh, all right. Well, either way, the movie's great, and it is in my top 10. They would. Yeah, they would. All right. Well, I've got 4 left. Do you want to jump into your next 3?
I do.
All right, let's do it.
You already talked about this movie, but it's just a little bit higher on my list. I've seen it twice. The second time was introducing my mother to the film. I'm excited for its Oscar noms and the accolades it's been getting. Sinners is that good.
Oh, yeah.
Just for the love of God, don't watch the trailer.
Do not watch the trailer.
Spoils like half
either of them.
The movie. Yeah. But other than that, the soundtrack is incredible. It's a rich story. The characters are great. Michael B. Jordan does a wonderful job playing 2 people. Very believable.
Yes, he does.
Set design is great too. Yeah, there's so many aspects of the film that make it award-worthy.
I completely agree.
And a movie you're going to completely disagree with me on, and that's okay. I loved it so much. It stars Pedro Pascal. Freaky Tales. It's period accurate, it's an anthology movie, which both John and I love, and we get to watch Nazis getting wrecked.
Yeah.
What's not to love?
Not much, except for Pedro Pascal.
And he's only in part of the movie. So yes.
Yeah, I know he is.
Freaky Tales, everyone, you need to be the tiebreaker. Let us know who you agree with, John or I.
I would love to know.
And yes, you're right. This is one of the best spy crime thrillers that we've seen in years. Black Bag was that good.
Hell yeah.
It's in my top 5 of the year. The only critique I have of it is the soundtrack does not fit the film. It's this upbeat jazz that does not fit the story at all. Otherwise, the movie is perfect.
Yeah, I don't remember the soundtrack very much, but I understand where you're coming from with that.
Who doesn't want to watch Cate Blanchett and Michael Fassbender being a married spy couple? It is so badass.
Yeah, totally. Oh, yeah, it was great. So good.
Okay, we're in the top 4.
Oh, yeah, we are. I don't think anybody would have anticipated this being in my top 4, in my top 5, in my top 10. I hated a movie that this actress was in 2 years ago because it was so god-awful. But Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried killed the living hell out of this adaptation from a novel that I did not read, but I loved the movie because Paul Feig knows how to make a twisted-ass flick. This is The Housemaid.
A movie I would not have seen, except you made me.
I did make you. Yeah, I've made a lot of people see The Housemaid, and everybody has come back, giving me just a little bit of a pat on the back.
As they should, because everyone should watch that film.
The Housemaid is one of the best of 2025. I literally cheered at the end of that fucking movie.
So did I. As soon as that Taylor Swift song kicked up, I was in.
I was in the first 5 minutes of the movie. Seyfried is so awesome in this movie. Sydney Sweeney was truly fantastic. And Brandon Sklenar, oh man. And then Elizabeth Perkins shows up and you just have this crazy ass flick. 2 hours of just mayhem. I loved it. I will own this movie. I hope there's a sequel.
I think it's already been greenlit because of how well The Housemaid
I think
did.
It has. Yeah, I love it. Housemaid's fantastic. See it. Absolutely cannot miss. All right, V, what's the next one for you?
My number 4 of 2025 is a documentary. It's the best documentary that I saw. I sobbed. It was so good and such an important topic. It follows a couple, Megan and Andrea, and one of them has been diagnosed with terminal cancer.
Oh.
And it's her journey on how she accepts it and deals with it and what she wants to do with the rest of her time. And I know
this documentary.
It's just such a good reminder for all of us. And that's why I put it in my top 5, because it's nice to have those every once in a while, right? To just take a moment, step back from the trivialities of life and remember what's important. And I sobbed. It was so good. Come See Me in the Good Light. It was produced by Tig Notaro and Brandi Carlile, and it's on Apple TV. I strongly recommend this documentary.
I've almost watched it like 3 different times over the last week and a half, and I never did because I did not feel like I was in the mood to cry.
Right, you kind of need to be ready, but at the same time, you feel so cathartic watching a film like this and crying like that. And so in that sense, you don't have to get in the mood. It'll put you in the mood, and then you'll feel better afterwards, even though you kind of have a headache from crying so hard.
Right. No, I have. I've seen it on Apple over the last couple, like I said, week and a half, and I should have watched it, but I have not yet. But I will.
Good. I'm so glad. Okay, John, top 3.
Top 3, all teeter on the horror genre.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah. Osgood Perkins adapted this movie from a Stephen King short story starring Theo James and Elijah Wood in a minor role, including Adam Scott. This is The Monkey.
There were a couple scenes of that film that I think either could have been edited better or written better that made it not a can't-miss movie.
I gotcha. I loved it. I saw it twice in theaters. I really did not know what to expect because I had only seen the trailer once, but I absolutely loved the movie, and it is certainly one of my favorites of 2025.
I'm glad.
Yes. What's your next one?
The Housemaid.
All right.
A movie that you made me watch.
Oh, I'm so curious what your top of the year is going to be.
Oh, it's going to be an interesting conversation. But
okay.
It's a movie that you made me watch, and I'm so grateful that you did. Incredible from beginning to end. Amanda, I cannot wait to watch her in The Testament of Anne Lee.
Yes.
I love her. And also it redeemed Sydney Sweeney in my eyes.
Yeah, I didn't actually mention that, but it totally redeemed Sydney Sweeney for me.
Yeah.
1,000%.
And Brandon Sklenar was great as well. I'd only ever seen him in one of the Yellowstone prequel shows, and that is only in passing because I didn't watch the whole thing. But everybody was fantastic. The set design was so good. Oh, that house.
Yeah, it was. That house is bitchin'.
I loved every single second of that film, and I loved that I had no idea where it was going for most of it.
Same. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, The Housemaid. Watch it.
Hell yes.
Okay, what's your number 2?
Number 2 is a movie that stars a married couple, Alison Brie and Dave Franco. This is Together.
A movie I will not be watching.
Oh, you should watch Together. Together is awesome. I saw it twice. I have not been able to find the 4K yet, but you best believe it's going to be in my collection. It's freaky, it's got some disturbing moments, but it's also pretty damn funny at the same time.
I really don't.
And we know that Dave Franco and Alison Brie can really bring the comedy. So when they can combine both, thumbs high for me.
I really don't like body horror.
Oh, yeah. This movie Together is far better than The Substance body horror-wise. It does not go out of control like The Substance did.
Okay. So it's lighter in the body horror category.
It's not
as
lighter.
intense?
It's just... No, it's pretty intense. It's just not like to a point where you're like, okay, this is stupid.
Well,
it
just the last 20
like
minutes of The Substance.
That's what I'm saying. The last
point.
20 minutes of The Substance destroyed the movie for me.
Agreed.
Still a great movie up until that point.
Yes.
Together, yeah, number 2 for me. Absolutely. Okay. And V, what's your number 2?
My number 2 will not be taking any comments from the Peanut Gallery once I mention this film. I will not be taking questions, comments, or feedback from you about this film and about my placement of it, because I refuse to debate you.
Interesting.
A movie that you did not watch because you did not finish it, so you are not allowed to have an opinion about it.
Oh, wow. This is number 2 for you?
Brad Pitt, Carrie Condon,
Rebecca Ferguson,
and Javier Bardem star in F1. It is the
F1
highest grossing film that Apple has ever produced.
No idea why.
It's, like I said, I won't be taking comments. And it's nominated for several Oscars. I've recommended it to multiple people, and they've all loved it too. John tried to watch it twice, and he fell asleep both times, so he is not allowed to have an opinion about it because he didn't finish it. And I even got the report from your wife about how much you slept through it.
Yep, sure did.
F1 is my second favorite movie of the year.
Well, you raced cars, and that was your life for a while.
I'm also
so
a
I can
fan
understand
of the sport.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
I don't care about racing. It's not my thing. I loved Gran Turismo. I like playing racing video games. The cool thing about F1 was the racing stuff. The story outside the racing was horseshit.
How would you know? You fell asleep.
I fell asleep literally with about 25 minutes left in the movie the second time I tried to watch it.
That's not what
I
your wife
liked
told
all
me.
the racing stuff. Yeah, my wife she exaggerates. I liked a lot of the racing stuff, and one of my favorite lines is early on in the movie when the younger kid tells Brad Pitt, I can't remember what exactly he says, but Pitt says to him, well, that's what we call a participation trophy. I loved that moment in the movie. I thought that was great, and I thought Rebecca Ferguson was great. I know it's Carrie Condon, but they're the same person. I thought that was awesome. Javier Bardem was great. The story I just couldn't care less about anybody in the movie. It's not a good movie, in my opinion. And it's interesting because I love Ford versus Ferrari because that's an engaging story. Both of those characters are interesting to listen to. They're based on real people. And F1 is just a made-up dude that's just sleeping in his trailer and going from place to place trying to make money and blah, blah, blah,
Which
blah, blah,
is
blah, blah.
incredibly accurate to real life. You have no idea how many men I've known who live exactly like that, who spend their whole lives racing in the semi-pro series in races that you're going to make enough money to live, you're not going to make enough money to be rich, and they don't have families. All they care about is their sport. I've known tons of guys like that.
Well,
and it's also extremely disrespectful to Rebecca Ferguson and Carrie Condon, given they are both exceptional actresses from different countries, and you like to conflate the two.
They just look so similar.
No, they don't
to me
at all. They have completely different jawlines.
They do. Okay, well, I'm not talking about jawlines. I'm talking like nose to eye ratio.
Their hair is different. Their builds are different. Carrie Condon has...
Well, every movie, every character's hair is different and their build is different. Either way. F1, number 2 for you. That's cool. It's not... That's cool. Again, it's not going to win Best Picture. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Oh, no, of course not. And nor should it.
No.
But I'm glad it was nominated. And like I said, you're not allowed to have an opinion because you fell asleep twice.
Well, I just gave you like a 5-minute opinion, but that's okay. It's all good. I love you.
Doesn't mean it's valid. I love you too. Okay, what's your number 1?
All opinions are goddamn valid.
Not when you fall asleep.
No, it's true. It's true. It's true. But it's not true at the same time, because if I fell asleep, the movie just didn't grab me enough, and I rarely fall asleep in movies.
That is a lie and a half. I've fallen asleep
it's not. No, it's not.
Movies with you.
You've fallen asleep at movies with me? Yes.
No, we've both fallen asleep together.
We have both. Okay, we were watching Bad Boys 2 at fucking midnight. There's no reason why we're not going to fall asleep an hour and a half into a 2.5-hour movie in my theater room when we're comfortable and warm and after having a couple drinks.
When we were in our 20s, after we watched Rock and Rolla, we watched something else. I forget what it is at this point because it was almost 2 decades ago. But we both fell asleep on the couch.
We both did fall asleep, yeah. I was probably very stoned, and your couch was very comfortable.
It was. It was from IKEA.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your number 1 in the year?
Oh, my Lord. I hope people enjoyed that back and forth because that was a lot of fun.
We are an old married couple.
We are. We are. Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead. This is very serious. It's taken a whole year for us to get here. I'm so excited.
Here we are.
I'm looking forward to it. I have no idea what your number 1 would be. I don't think you're going to know what mine is until I say it either.
I'm actually kind of surprised you don't know what my number 1 is because...
As soon as you say it, I'm sure I'll remember.
We'll get into it. Oh, you absolutely will.
28 years later. Okay, go ahead.
No.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
No. Drew Hancock wrote this movie. I saw one trailer and actually did not see the entire trailer. And I was immediately interested. I went and saw this movie, literally without knowing anything about it. I went on opening day. After the opening day, I went 2 days later. And after that 2 days later, I went another 3 days later. I saw this movie 3 times in less than a week. This movie stars Megan Suri, Lucas Gage, Jack Quaid, and Sophie Thatcher. This is Companion, my favorite movie of 2025. In the last year, I've seen this movie 15 times.
I forgot you loved it as much as you do.
Love Companion. Absolutely fantastic film. Acting is incredible. It is so badass. Sophie Thatcher is such a great, great actress. If you've ever seen Companion or Yellow Jackets or Heretic, This movie is so good. Companion, my number one movie of 2025. And there it is.
I respect that pick.
Now, V, what's your number one movie? I am so curious.
Well, it's a movie that you started bad-mouthing before you'd even seen it, and you still haven't, just because you hate the director.
Oh.
I, on the other hand,
Oh.
am in love with this film. It was actually adapted from the novel by the author. Maggie O'Farrell helped adapt this into a screenplay after she wrote the book. Chloe Zhao also helped adapt it. And it was directed by Chloe Zhao, and given that it is a female-led story and movie, I love that there was a female director to it, starring Jessie Buckley and Paul Mescal and a bunch of other wonderful actors, including Joe Alwyn and Emily Watson. The young man who played the title character, Jacoby Juppe, is a force. I was blown away by this young man's performance. It is nominated for several Oscars, including Best Picture, even though Paul Mescal was snubbed, which is very unfortunate because I think he deserved it. My number one movie of the year is Hamnet.
Very interesting.
I cried. I was inspired. It gave me chills. The last 10 minutes of the film are some of the best cinema I've seen in years. I was so blown away by this movie. I loved it so much. Whenever you get a chance, please watch Hamnet.
Well, I'm going to have to. It's nominated for a lot of Oscars, and I love Jessie Buckley, and I am so excited for The Bride. I will watch Hamnet, and we'll see what I think.
Well, I hope you go into it with an open mind.
You know I will. I always do.
That is a lie and a half. You always have preconceived notions if it's a director or actor that you hate.
Usually director that I hate, and yeah, Zhao is certainly one that I do not like at all, but we'll see what happens.
Yes, we will. We'll probably have that conversation during our Oscars episode.
Yes, indeedly do.
Okay, so those are our lists for 2025. We hope you enjoyed them and are now inspired to watch some of them.
Yes, I hope so.
And now it's time to jump into our awards for the year.
Oh, yeah, that's right, the awards. Here we go.
All right, let's kick off our awards with the best trailer of the year.
Oh, I'm so down for this one. I'm curious, V, what's your best trailer of the year?
Superman.
Really?
Oh,
I don't even remember that trailer.
With the original music remastered, the original theme from Superman put onto that trailer, the way it was cut, the crescendo, it gave me chills. I loved it so much, which is why Superman appears a little bit later on in the awards too.
Okay.
What was your favorite trailer of the year?
My favorite trailer of the year, this might blow you away, but I remember when I told you to watch the trailer, you were blown away by this trailer.
Oh.
Captain America, Brave New World.
It was a pretty good trailer.
It was. And the movie's not great. I know that. But the trailer was, I even said, I was like, it looks like a Jack Ryan spy thriller.
Mm-hmm.
And it did. And it wasn't.
It
was not. It wasn't. But the trailer was great. Whoever cut the trailer. I watched that trailer. Oh my gosh. I saw it like 4 or 5 times in theaters, but I watched it on my phone so many times because I was like, I can't wait. Because of the way they introduced Giancarlo Esposito and the way that they introduced Red Hulk, I was just like, holy shit, here we go. And then the movie came out and I was like, okay.
Exactly. Okay, our next award is Most Surprising of the Year. I actually have a couple in this category.
I, as well, have a few surprises as well.
All right, kick us off.
Okay, my biggest surprise was Companion, truthfully. That was the number one surprise for me, because I did not know what to expect for that movie. The other another very surprising was Good Boy. I really did not anticipate that being anything entertaining or good at all. Good. It was very, very good.
Aww.
Good Boy is another surprise for me.
That's good.
Yeah. And then I think I'll just go with 3 this year. K-pop Demon Hunters. I loved it. I thought it was great. It really was awesome.
Your wife will.
Because I gotta be golden. Gotta be golden.
Oh no, now it's gonna be stuck in my head for 3 days. Damn it.
My little soda pop.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it. All right, V, what are your most surprisings of 2025?
I have 3 as well. It's going to start with a documentary, My Mom Jane, only because I thought I knew, and I did not. And then the next one is a Netflix-produced movie, and only because it's a Netflix action streamer, I had very low expectations, and it blew them completely out of the water. It was so nice to see Cameron Diaz back, because she is back in action.
Mm-hmm. There it is. Yeah, that's the name of the movie.
Yeah,
Back in action, yeah.
And my last one, well, how can I not pick a Jack Quaid movie in the awards this year? Because he was all over 25, and for good reason, because he's great. Novocaine surprised the hell out of me with just how good it was.
Yeah, so awesome.
All right, now, since we've gone for the highs, we need to go down to the lows. What is the most disappointing movie of the year for you, John?
28 years later.
Surprising no one. Just disappointing
nobody.
Someone.
Just absolutely... I'd wipe my ass with that movie. That movie sucks.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It is what it is. I still love Danny Boyle, and I still love Alex Garland, but they're on thin ice right now.
Fair.
And V, your most disappointing of 2025?
Well, originally I had Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning in this category.
Oh.
But I realized it wasn't the most disappointing because I was already prepared to have my heart broken from part 1. So it doesn't even deserve to be in an award. I was
all right.
That heartbroken and despondent over the conclusion of that series. Instead, this actually ties into the best trailer of the year because I was so hyped for it. And then it just disappointed the hell out of me. Superman. Could have been such a better movie.
Yeah.
It was just 4 movies in one, crammed together.
Yep.
James Gunn, do better.
Or just stop.
Hey, you liked the Guardians of the Galaxy movies more than I did.
I did, yeah. 2 and 3 I really enjoyed. The first one is fine.
I have the opposite opinion, but that's okay.
He also wrote the first Scooby-Doo movie, which is crazy. And that movie blows.
I had no idea. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so now we're getting into a new category of the year, but I think you and I have picked the same winner. This is going to be fun. We have decided to choose the best streaming produced movie of 2025.
Oh, yeah.
All right, John, what's the best streamer? You're going to tell our audience what we both picked, because I know we picked the same one.
Oh, are you sure?
We better be. Okay, go ahead. What did you pick?
Well, we'll see. Oh, that's a tough one, because there were some good streamers this year, truthfully.
There were.
But in all seriousness, the one that I literally was like, when it ended, I was pretty much running around my theater room just like jabbing the air and whatnot. I'm going to have to go with Predator Killer Killers.
Exactly. That is the only
Perfect.
choice.
Awesome. Yes, yes, yes. So awesome. Oh, so kick-ass. I would get a tattoo of any one of those characters on any part of my body. All right, V, this is a category that we've done over the last 2 years, and actually a kind of a favorite category of mine because I love my grandmother. This is the best movie to watch with your grandmother. What would you choose over 2025?
This was an easy one for me. It's definitely The Thursday Murder Club.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
And what do you think is the best movie to watch with your grandma from 2025?
Oh, well, here we go. I have 3 of them. The Monkey, Together, and Companion. I think my grandmother would have loved all 3 of them.
Christ. Okay, but your grandma is very special.
Yes, she is. She loves the twisted shit.
So,
out of all 3 of those, I'm going to go with the Monkey. Actually, I'll go with the Monkey for that one with Grandma.
Okay, but if your grandma is a normal grandma, definitely watch the Thursday Murder Club with her instead.
Well, your grandmother is normal, mine's not, and I'm not a normal person, so that's why I'm choosing the Monkey.
It certainly explains a lot.
Certainly do.
All right, this is our last category, our last award for the year. John and I's favorite category.
Yeah.
What was the best theatrical experience in 2025?
This is kind of a tough one because of my favorite movies of the year. I wished that I had seen a few of them in the 4DX theater, but I only did see one of them. However, one movie that I did not have a chance to actually mention in any of my lists, which I put on could miss, is a 4DX experience, and that is Avatar: Fire and Ash. However, the best experience I would say would be Final Destination Bloodlines.
Nice. Yes, it's the very first Avatar movie in over 15 years that you and I didn't watch together.
I know.
I just couldn't care anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Especially because
and James Cameron said that.
Lame.
Yeah, he's even said a couple of times in interviews that he doesn't think anybody really cares anymore. That's my choice for best theatrical experience. Final Destination Bloodlines. V, what's your best theatrical experience of 2025?
Well, the runner-up is just a surprising movie that I had so much fun with, especially because the theater was empty. I could laugh as loud as I wanted and as many stupid jokes as I wanted to as well. I had no shame, and that is just the entertaining as hell experience that was Anaconda.
Yes.
But my favorite and best theatrical experience of the year, I actually saw at an IMAX theater in Fairbanks, Alaska.
Oh.
I went and saw F1 on opening night, and it was incredible in IMAX. I had so much fun. The theater was packed. Everyone was respectful and didn't talk. It was so nice. And God, those scenes on the track in IMAX were something to behold. So absolutely, F1 was the best theatrical experience of the year for me.
Very cool.
Well, we did it. That is
we did.
The two-parter of our
201 episodes down.
2021 2025 recap of over 200 movies and over 200 episodes. This all came together quite nicely. Thank you, everyone. And we hope you had a good time getting the rundown of what the best and worst movies of 2025 were. And always remember that we post all these lists on social media, so hopefully you weren't trying to take notes while you were driving and listening to this episode. Instead, you can follow us along for all of these lists on movies to avoid and movies that you must watch from both of us. That was certainly a fun experience for us. We hope you had a good time too. And we'll be back next week with our regularly scheduled programming, so please tune in for that. And even if it's a recap episode, we will still end with film as a form of art, and in art, all opinions are valid. Except if you think John's ever going to watch more documentaries in a year than me.
Oh, challenge accepted.
No, you took it as a challenge.
I thought I did it this year.
Yeah, it didn't work. It's not going to
Well,
happen.
I got to 16 and you did 25, so I was very close to you. I will beat you next year.
I know math isn't your strong suit, but me watching 25 means I nearly doubled your number, actually.
Yeah, I know that. I'm saying I will beat you next year.
Well, I guess you and I will have to wait a year until our next recap to find out if that comes to fruition for John.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Cheers, everybody.
Bye-bye.